Namaste, my beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette and I am a high vibrational being. I'm back with another message for the collective. Clearing out my space of any energies that is not for the highest good. I call that you leave this room, and I call that you leave this video. You're not welcome here. I thank you, Father, my angels, my archangels, my ascended masters, my deities, my spirit animals, my ancient loved ones, ancestors, I love you. My passed on loved ones, I love you. My spirit animals, my dragons, my crystals, I love you all. Oh, ascended masters, all angels of the east, the west, the north, and the south, please protect this reading and do not allow anyone to come into this reading and distort it with falseness and lies and deceits. Protect my channel, dear Father, as I channel your message to the collective. Thank you. 1 second. I am going to clear out the energies with my Tibetan bells. And this will also align your chakras. Okay. I ask Spirit to please guide me in my ancient symbolism book to a symbol that I need to deliver this message to the collective. And it took me to 1517, the symbol of ancient gods and goddesses, the confused and contradictory ideas that the centuries have piled up, the bright glimpses of inconsistencies that even mysticism cannot explain, yet always a gleam of something higher, make the ancient religions of Egypt and Babylonia as involved and puzzling as they are fascinating. Especially is this true of Egypt. Rodera is the symbol psychology, referring to the reoccurrence of typical stories in all countries and among all people. Instances, the universal saga of the hero, who, as he sets forth, is usually alone for an animal companion. The chosen few of the Jews, Christ's disciples, King Arthur and his round table, etc. Then these dropped away, and the hero of legend dies alone. The story of the gods seems to represent also this eternal law of progression from unity to multiplicity and back to unity again. Out of chaos, the feminine principle, who is the mother of all gods, comes the first manifestation of life. Tiamat is the Babylonian chaos demon. Alpha Rodere, symbol of psychology. The primeval ocean, from whose fertile depths came every living thing. She was the mother, she was the great mother, and also the dragon of the sea, whom Marduk, the solar god, destroys. The Egyptian Neth is also a virgin mother, self-produced and self-sustaining, the unknown one, the hidden one, the personification of the feminine principle of life, who was believed to have brought forth Ra, the Lord of all light, the mighty sun. Although Neith is called on earth goddess of Egyptians, seem to have considered the sky feminine and the earth masculine, but this may have been before they had divided up the universe between them, before women had an opportunity to display those diverse qualities that have given her such an unexpected and alluring charm and made her such a piquant associate on the long journey through life. Nut, too, is a heaven goddess, Set, the earth god, and Shu, whose symbol is a feather, is the air or space which divides them. Thus the Egyptians sometimes represent the sky as a great cow, standing with its four legs on the four corners on the earth, north, east, west, and south. On the four corners, yeah. Along the Semtites, the Baal, God, Lord, Owner, was identified with the productive power of water, and the ballast of feminine energy with the earth. In the countries where the sun scorches and devastates, the moon was reverenced as a higher power. Thus, in the more primitive religion, Osiris has been interpreted as the moon god, and his brother Typhon, or Set, who is the evil principle, is the sun. The Great Mother was looked upon as the higher principle among the Egyptians and Mother deities bound. Mut is a great world mother who wears the united crowns of North and South, holds the Crux Asanta in one hand and the papyrus scepter in the other. Nepheptet was a vulture goddess. Nut, the sky goddess, is a primordial mother and associated with Net, Mut, and Hathor. Mayat is the goddess of truth, and her symbol is a feather. As one of who dispenses life, the great mother goddess represented nature under her two-fold aspects, profile and destructive by turns, yet she was eternal and undecaying, being the goddess of the lands. Recognizing the eternity of matter, it was the self-power or life in nature, in trees, rivers, hills, vegetations, animals, that the ancient worshipped as manifestations of a divine unknown power. God multiplied, shifted with changing thoughts. Besides the great gods of sun and moon, fire and water and earth, there were atmospheric gods of winds, storms, lightning, rains, and vegetation gods who were tree spirits, corn spirits, the secondary gods of fire, Ptah, Vulcan, Hephaestus, gods who forged the thunderbolt, gods of wisdom and counsel, thought, Minerva, Athene, the messenger gods, Anubis, Hermes, a vast multitude of deities grafted on from time to time, yet as typifying forces of nature, they meant in all countries of antiquity practically the same thing. All are given animals. The high gods have lion, bull, goat, eagle, falcon, symbols of solar creativity energy. Zeus was the eagle, Brahma the goose. Horus is the falcon god. Amun-Ra of these has the ram. Aries, hello. Marduk, the sun god of Babylonian, has the goat and the lion. Ashur, the mighty sun god of the Assyrians, has the lion and eagle and is also the bull of heaven. The bull is this instance typifying the power that resides in the sun, or possibly the self-power of the God who thought to be combined the creative force in himself. There, the god of thunder is depicted in a chariot drawn by goats. Odin has 2 ravens and 2 dogs. The lesser gods are given the animals that best suits their characteristics. Anubis is the jackal-headed or dog-headed god. Hermes has many animals sacred to him: the tortoise, the cock, the ram, the goat. In a drawing by Raphael, he is depicted in a chariot drawn by cocks. The same artist depicts Venus in a chariot drawn by doves. The Egyptian Bast was a feline goddess. In Scandinavia, Frigga, the goddess who presides over smiling nature, is depicted in a car drawn by cats. All feline goddesses represent the variable powers of the sun as reflected in nature. The serpent, lioness, vulture, cows were given to the goddess of maturity and productivity. The Greek Aphrodite has the sparrow, swan, swallow, dove, dolphin, hare, tortoise, ram, and when it is wished to typify the hermaphroditisms of the goddess, she is given the lion and bull. Artemis, the huntress among the immortals, is given dogs, stags, and the boar. 4 stages with gold antlers draw her chariot. This association of the gods with birds and animals form an epic in itself, and one far too great moment and beauty to be more than suggested here. In Egypt, the gods are depicted and duplicated. It was said to be less difficult to find a god than a man. Villers Petrie explains this. Polytheism was the result of mixtures of families and tribes. The polytheism is really the tribal history philosophized. There was no idea of a jealous God. No one worshipped excluded another. Each was considered true for its own places and people. In the mother cults, the male god is the husband, son, or lover. In the father cult, the goddess is recognized but is subordinate to the male. Under a centralized government, the 2 cults were merged in Egypt, however, long before history begins, and the coming together of people of widely divergent tastes and ideas, and the insensible fusing of religious belief produces a most complex and contradictory mythology. There are many confusing lapses. Younger gods displace older gods, yet father and son are identical. Both represent phases of one who is the supreme power. Osiris is the sun at night. Horus is the sun in the flesh, morning sun. Christ said, I and my Father are one, and it was a Hindu belief that a man is literally reborn in the person of his son. In time, as in the universal saga of the hero, the company becomes more select. The supreme power, the great God, absorbs the attributes of the lesser gods. He is the one God, the God of might. He is Marduk of Babylon, the mysterious one, the Lord of many existence. He is unknown to mankind and who died to give birth to human life. He is Ashur of Assyria, the god of gods, the embodiment of the genius of Assyria. He is Ra of Egypt, the one God who came into being in the beginning of time and who worship even at the powerful mother goddess is merged. And now at the lasting flashing of horizon come to the immortal pair, the pair that touched imagination. Known in Egypt as Isis and Osiris, the Babylonia as Ishtar and Tammuz, in Phrygia as Attis and Cybele, and in Greece Adonis and Aphrodite. For the first time, you feel the closer relationship, feel that each is essential to the other. For the first time, you are given a glimpse of love. When Osiris is killed by the treachery of his brother Set, it is Isis who searches everywhere over the length and breadth of Egypt until she finds her husband's body and restores it to life. Ishtar, mourning and inconsolable, descends to the nether region searching for her lover. The youthful sun god Tammuz, an old vegetarian, dies during her absence. Cybele mourns of the slain Attis. Aphrodite, hastening to her wounded lover Adonis, treads on a bush of white roses. Thorns tear her tender flesh, and her blood stains the roses forever. Time goes on. There are other changes and completing shifting of thoughts. The sun that has enlarged imagination and the serene, untroubled moon are still in the heavens shining down upon mankind, but no longer has gods no longer as brides and bridegrooms. The sun, the hero of the thousand adventures, of a thousand armors, the great lover of romance who trifles even with Mother Earth, is only a huge globular mass of flaming gases. The legend is finished. The gods are myth. The great Pan is dead. All that is left are the symbols that they so faithfully cherish, and that we still see them holding as we visit museums and ancient temples. The crux ansata, the trusilla, the cross, triangle, circle, all the old symbols of life. So these are the symbols of life, and this is Thoth, the Mediterranean Museum of Arts, right here. And this is Ptah, and also the Metropolitan Museum. This is Osiris and Neth. One is at the Museum of Arts, and the other one is Seth wearing the crown of Lower Egypt, also at the Metropolitan. Museum of Arts. And this is Marduk, the chief Babylonian deity from Jastra. If you're interested to research them, do your research on the symbols. And this is just taking us back to where we are at today, where the gods and goddesses are alive. Their spirits are alive. They're coming to reveal who they truly are through many of us who are incarnated at this time, at this moment on this planet, on Earth, to reveal the truth that was hidden, that was said that it was myth, but it's really not a myth. And they were not myths, they were really real deities, really real goddess and gods that walked this planet at one time. And there was no religion. It was just more spiritual, where everybody treated each other kind, without hurt, without any pain. There was full of abundance, there was full of joy, there was full of a lot of beautiful energies. But some way, somehow, we fell into a sleeping state, but we are awakening up right now, and we are remembering who we truly are. And the symbols are revealing exactly who was here a very long time ago. And I just want to leave it there, and I'll be back with a reading. I love you guys. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And know that I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate your support. And for those who resonate, you know, research some more. Go within. Don't take my word for value, okay? Because everybody's belief system is different, and I am like channeling. I'm hot. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. I'll be back with another video. I am going to do a reading. Namaste.